Alright, hey guys, it's Bros TCG back in the video. And with this video, I'm going to be doing a Dark Magician deck profile. And this is for Master Duel. I'm just showing it through Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. And yeah, these are with the new cards that have been released with the new structure deck, the Vortex of Magic structure deck. And yeah, let's just go over it. So I run 2 copies of Dark Magician. It's an integral card for the deck, despite being just a normal monster. But you don't really want to run 3 copies just because it's dead in your hand. Then we have Tamias, the United Dragon. Tamias is really great. It's easy to special summon out. And yeah, it's actually a built-in fusion card in a monster. Dark Magician Girl is just good because it actually synergizes with a few of the cards in the deck. And having this card is kind of necessary for those reasons. 3 Magician's Rod. This actually lets you search out spells and traps that are related to Dark Magician. So it's great, and also has the ability to recycle itself. Then we have 3 Ash Blossom as the hand trap. Of course, we also have 3 the Maxi and then 3 Infinite Imperm, so it's just standard hand trap. Ash Blossom here is great though because it actually gives you access into going into Bear in the Floor. If you happen to special summon out Dark Magician, you can actually just normal summon your Ash Blossom and then go into Omni Negate, that is Bear in the Floor. Then we have Magician's Soul. That is pretty great. It just lets you kind of refresh your hand a little bit, but also special summon a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. So it's a great card to have here. Then the new Illusion of Chaos. So Illusion of Chaos is great. This card actually gives you the ability to search out a lot of things here. And this also synergizes really well with Dark Magical Circle. So Illusion of Chaos, even though you're not really going to be summoning it often, it also has the effect of being a monster negate. But you do have the potential to summon it through the ritual card of Secrets of Dark Magic. And yeah, so that's still a great way to go into it. Then we have Magicalized Fusion. This, I've seen not a lot of people run it, but I think it's a decent card. If you're desperate, you're just able to fusion summon a spellcaster fusion monster by using cards from the field or grave, but it will be banishing them. So it's just more of a last, if you have nothing else that you can really use, and this is a great last resort card. Upstart Goblin, just to thin out the deck. Preparation of Rites, just to search out the Illusion of Chaos. 3 Soul Servant, because this card is great. It just lets you search out, it just lets you go into your deck, search what you need. And yeah, it has a crazy drop potential as well if you manage to get Dark Magicians and Dark Magician Girls in the field and their grave. So it's pretty decent for that. 2 Called by the Grave, because this deck is still pretty weak to hand traps, so you don't want to deal with that. Secrets of Dark Magic, as I said, it's for ritual summoning, but you can also fusion with it, so it's a great card. And then I run 2 copies of Dark Magical Circle. This card is great because it actually synergizes really well with a few of the cards in this deck, like Soul Servant or Illusion of Chaos, just being able to move cards around your deck, put them on the top, and that means Dark Magical Circle's activation effect is actually useful, and you can try to pinpoint what you need from using this. Also, it gives you the ability to banish during your opponent's turn, just by special summoning a monster, so that's great because you need ways to interact with your opponent during their turn. Magician Salvation, this card is great, it just lets you get your Eternal Soul, but it also it gives you another way to get Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl out here. So it's pretty great, just because Dark Magical Circle synergizes really well with it as well. The 3 Imperm that I covered, 2 Eternal Soul, so this card is really solid, just being able to get a Dark Magician out. The only thing about this is just be careful, because if they destroy this and you have ways to protect your monsters or protect these spells and traps, then that card, you're going to lose your board to this. Goes in match because you mainly play dark monsters. Now you do have Tamias here, but it's okay. Just make sure to activate this after you've already used Tamias for whatever you need. And yeah, you can just use Goes in match. It's going to be very disruptive. It's going to be difficult for your opponent to deal with. 2 Skill Drain, because this deck, it doesn't have like crazy, you can't really establish a lot of Omni Negates or anything, or like forms of interaction. So you want to use Skill Drain to just get it down to just a beater state, where it's just like monsters with the highest attack wins. Alright guys, before I go to the extra deck, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the Patreon description down below. And let's just get started here. So I have 1 copy of Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. So this card's great because it gives you a way to actually protect your spells and traps, which is relevant for Eternal Soul. Then we have the new Master of Chaos. So this card is actually pretty great, just because when it's summoned, it's a monster reborn for your lighter darks. Just being able to bring out a monster back is incredible. Not only that, you can tribute 1 light and 1 dark monster and banish all monsters your opponent controls, which is such a great form of removal, because it's a non-destruction, non-target, and it wipes just half of their board just using this. So it's really solid. And not only that, when this card is, if they actually succeed in defeating it, you get one spell in your grave. So it's just one of any spells. Then we have Mysterion the Dragon Crown, which I've seen not a lot of people run. I think this card is pretty decent. It's kind of another like way of wiping their board. It's yeah. If they happen to have a monster that actually special summons itself through its effect, then this is just a great way to, like if you set this card up and then your opponent tries to do that, then you can use Mysterion's effect and punish their entire board. Then the Dark Magicians, this card is really great as well, because it's not only like, does it let you draw, but it lets you activate the trap or quick play spells the turn you activate this effect. So that's really solid. And when they actually succeed in defeating this, you get a Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl, which of course works well with Dark Magical Circle. Then we have Baron the Floor. As I covered, it's your Omni-Negate that you're not going to be summoning often, but if you're desperate enough, you can get it out. Zeus, because you have some Xyz in here, and if you happen to attack with them, go into Zeus because you need some interactions for your opponent's turn. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, just to attack your opponent, then set this up. If they're low enough, it's going to make it very difficult for them to play through this card. Ebon Illusion Magician, it's going to let you continue doing some plays by special summoning a spellcaster normal monster, so obviously it's going to be your Dark Magician. And then for the links, Access Code Talker, it's just a great beater to have here. Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos is pretty easy to get out, and it cannot be targeted with card effects, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it's just a great card all around that synergizes really well with the deck. And then Nightmare Unicorn, just standard. Celine, it's a spellcaster deck and you're activating a lot of spells, so it's just a great way to link climb. Then we have Dark, the Dark Charmer, great way of link climbing too. You're running darks, might as well, like most people run dark, so being able to take that is great. Induct the World Chalice Dragon, this is great, it's a good way to just get rid of your normal monster. And then here we have Artemis the Magistus Moon Maiden. It works really well with this deck, as you actually have quite a few low 4 under spellcaster monsters that you can use to get into this link one. And then the side deck cards are cards that I considered but didn't end up running. So number 11, Big Eye. Big Eye is a good card, just being able to take your opponent's monsters is really good. Obviously it's going to be a bit difficult to make space for this, but if you can find space for it, I think you should run it. IP Masquerena, of course, just because anytime you want to run Unicorn, IP Masquerena is a great addition, and it also just gives you ways to protect like your Access Code Talker or whatever you choose to go into using IP Masquerena. Another Preparation of Rites, decided just 2 copies is enough because you're just searching Illusion of Chaos. It's not like a ritual heavy deck. Skill Drain, if you want to like increase just the odds of you drawing this card, then add another copy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this deck profile. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.